and I'm now joined by Egypt's Foreign Minister, Badr Abdelatty. Minister, thank you so much for joining Bloomberg.
Thank you so much for hosting me.
You were part of one of the most significant meetings to take place at this UN with President Trump and other Arab leaders. What did the president tell you about how the U.S. sees the path going in terms of ending this war in Gaza?
Well, I mean, it was a very, very encouraging meeting. It was positive, to hear from President Trump his commitment as a president of peace to end this ugly war on Gaza, this aggression, Israeli aggression against innocent people from our point of view. So this is very important and encouraging, and also to talk about no annexation, to talk about developing Gaza where people will stay on their own land, and even those who left their homeland, they are entitled to return back. Those are very encouraging signals, of course, and messages.
Did everyone leave with a sense of unity about what the path is? And what is Egypt's role going to be in terms of the reconstruction?
Well, we have a unified Arab and Muslim position. We are in full support to the vision and the plan of President Trump to bring an end to this unjust war against innocent people in Gaza. For us, we have our plan. It's an Arab Muslim plan for early recovery and reconstructions of Gaza, and it's endorsed by the international community, including European Union, Japan, Norway, most African countries. And what next will be, as soon as we have a ceasefire, then we will move ahead with hosting an international conference in Cairo.
When will that be?
Yeah, well, as soon as we have a ceasefire. So we are talking about 2, 3, maximum 4 weeks from having a ceasefire to host it. And we will have 3 events. One will be dedicated for private sector, for talking about security arrangement in Gaza, governance of Gaza, who will govern Gaza. Tony Blair,
the former prime minister? No, do you think he could be like the governor of this authority?
No. I mean, we are talking about Palestinian ownership. Of course, they have to govern themselves.
But what do you make of that idea that's being floated in the press?
Well, again, I'm talking about the Arab Islamic vision and the plan. We are talking about security arrangement. We are providing training of Palestinian policemen. We are accepting deployment of international forces within specific parameters. And above all, the governance of Gaza will be entrusted to a Palestinian administrative committee consists of 15 persons, all technocrats, all from Gaza Strip, and they will run Gaza for a transitional period of time till we manage to empower the Palestinian Authority to ensure the unity between Gaza and the West Bank.
Following the strike from Israel on Doha, what is the dialogue right now in terms of getting the hostages out and the ceasefire talking about? What is Hamas's latest deal that they decided to put on the table? Are they even there?
Well, first of all, whenever we are reaching the moment of truth to conclude a deal which securing the life of the hostages, the Israelis are intervening to destroy all those efforts, and this happened 100 times.
What about Hamas also intervening and destroying efforts?
Hamas, they accepted the deal of Witkoff, the proposal of Witkoff on August 18th, and we had a deal and everything was perfect, but it was the Israelis who backed off. He said, no, we will not accept that. So, I mean, we need a political will. We need a seriousness from the Israeli side.
Just a few weeks ago at the Arab Summit, President Sisi called Israel an enemy.
No, this is not true at all.
I read the translation.
No.
The transcript.
Go to the original
So what
speech.
Did he say? How do you characterize this relationship?
He said that, we have to work together in the area stretching from the Gulf till the ocean. We want peace. It's a strategic option. And of course, we have to deal with all hostilities with any enemy without specifying. Of course, we have different enemies in the region. But for Israel is, we have a peace treaty with Israel, and we are honoring our commitment. And of course, we have peaceful relationship with Israel. Of course, there are ups and downs because of the Israeli aggressions on Gaza, and that's is a main element of instability in our region. But at the end, we have peace with Israel, and we are honoring our commitment as long as Israel is honoring its commitment according to the peace treaty of 1979.
So it wasn't his intention to say Israel's an enemy, but do you think the 1979 peace treaty is at risk? There's been tons of acrimonious statements between the Israeli and Egyptian press.
Well, I mean, you can, of course, focus on the official discourse in Egypt. Of course, our discourse is focusing on Israel and a country with whom we have our peace treaty. Of course, the Israelis are spreading out allegations that there are military buildup in Sinai, and this is not true. This is nonsense. All movement of Egyptian troops or equipments in Sinai were conducted based upon an agreement with the Israelis during the period of the surge of terrorism in Sinai between 2011 till 2015. So everything was in full cooperation with them, with their consent.
But what do you say to those who think there's real chance of war between your two countries?
No, again, we have peace treaty. This is the main pillar of stability, of peace in our neighborhood, and we are fully committed to our peace treaty. Again, yesterday or the day before, President Sisi spoke openly, I mean, with government, that peace is a strategic option for Egypt, and we are abiding by our commitments as long as the other side is, the Israelis are honoring their commitments.
You mentioned Sinai. For the Palestinian people, this is a real humanitarian crisis. If vulnerable people want to come into Sinai, should Egypt let them in?
Come on, let us be serious. There is no what's so-called voluntary displacement or forced displacement. Displacement is displacement. The Israeli intention is to eradicate people from their homeland.
But I'm talking about the Palestinian people. If they want to flee on their own volition because they are nervous, should they not be allowed in?
If those will leave their own homeland, they will not be entitled to go back, and that would be the liquidation of the Palestinian cause, and we will not allow this to happen. If you are making life miserable, unbearable, if you are starving people, if you have a man-made famine and starvation, if you are killing people systematically on daily basis, this is not a voluntary displacement. You are pushing people out of their homeland, and this is not acceptable. It's in clear violation to the Geneva Convention, to all norms. Why? There is no ethical or logical or legal basis for pushing people from their homeland. By making life miserable, you are pushing people outside their land.
Mr. Abdelatty, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to the conference Egypt will be holding after there is potentially some ceasefire. That was, of course, Egypt's foreign minister. I'll send things back to you.